I saw that change. I saw that episode change.
Look, I had to make it quick.
All right. Good morning, evening, or whenever you're listening to us. And welcome back to the Program Advance podcast. We haven't done one of these in a while.
The only podcast where you can jack in.
Stop it with the megalovania. If I had Nitro, I'd be using my soundboard that I have access to. Anyways,
Whenever you see this, that button is the most devious thing that you've ever put in a server.
it's so good. It caught me off guard. I literally woke up this morning, hopped into the channel. Shorah comes in after. Doesn't say a fucking word. Just immediately, and I start dying. I start laughing. You. All right. We haven't done one of these in a while. So perhaps an explanation is in order.
We're all busy. We have lives. Sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Like genuinely, Yukki and Bio have jobs. And Bio also has a successful YouTube and streaming career. And a family.
That's important.
I'm still in school and I have a family. That's also pretty important. Shorah also has stuff. I don't know if you have a family. I'm sorry.
I
Sure.
appeared in this world fully formed out of a tar pit.
Shit, that's
And,
cool.
What was that experience like?
That's the lore I'm going with now.
you came fully formed out of a tar pit.
Yes.
And Yukki is a New Yorker, so
I
Who's
work
you know?
overnight. I'm dead 90% of the time.
that's
What kind
true.
of job do you do?
I am a concierge.
Oh, really? Does anyone actually like use you at night?
No, I literally do nothing for 8 hours but play on my Switch and shitpost.
Oh, nice.
Do you wear the stupid little hat?
No, I just wear a stupid little suit.
Oh, you know the little bellboy hats that they have.
Oh
at,
god,
the
no, I'd
fancy
kill
hotels?
myself.
Wait a
What?
minute. Okay. So if you're a concierge, if you're like a late night one, does that effectively mean that you're just like the one hotel staff that happens to be there when everyone else isn't there?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you have any ghost stories? Has anything weird happened in the hotel?
Well, it's an apartment building, but the most I've gotten was going to the roof at like 5 a.m. because I gotta do that. I gotta make sure the roof lounge is perfectly fine. I thought I saw somebody from like the corner of my eye, and I almost flung my phone off the roof. So there's that. That's pretty much it. I try to make my roof visit as quickly as possible so I don't do that again.
Yeah, you don't want to let the thoughts take over today, not tomorrow. Today.
You're walking through the fucking abandoned late night apartment complex. Turns a corner, sees Skullman out of the corner of their eye.
No.
So I think what we could do for a little bit at least is kind of talk about what we've been up to, you know. Guess we'll start with me since I'm the one that suggested the topic. I am wrapping up my game design degree. I got 5 months left. And this past month in particular has been really rough because how Full Sail works is every month you have a new class, sometimes 2 classes, and they try to condense the entire 4-year degree into like, I want to say like almost 3 years, right? It's an accelerated program. Normally, this isn't a bad thing. Like, I've actually been able to handle everything pretty good, but this past month in particular has been really bad because they gave me 2 different classes, both of which require me to create a video game level. in 1 month. So I have been literally unable to do anything but look at bad screen and occasionally hang out with friends, and combine that with being a dad and trying to find a job, and yeah, it's just been too busy for me to like do anything until today. But I did get to play a couple of games. I got to play Paranormal Sight. That's a good video game.
Oh.
And Fortnite. Played a lot of Fortnite. We call Fortnite frauding now
What?
Why?
because if you move the O and the R left to like switch the O and the R, it's Frotnite. So it's frauding.
Oh, I know what I'm
that
naming the episode later.
means.
Wait, Bio, you don't know what frauding is?
No.
N-
I learned what Fujoshi was last week.
All right, so Bio. Let me explain this to you simply. Let's say you have a sausage, right?
A
And
sausage?
let's say that let's say someone else has a sausage, right? And they rub those sausages together. That's frauding.
Oh, cool.
Which is exactly how you play Fortnite.
I'm leaving.
No. What have you been up to?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I put out my Psychology of Sora video. That did really well. Super happy with that. So it was nice.
I watched it. It was good.
Thanks. So that was really fun to put together. Already like hard at work on the Psychology of Riku. It's a little bit different in terms of like, I feel like for the Psychology of Sora video, we did a lot of like retrospective and like synopsis of the game, which just kind of like ate up too much time. And so I decided to do less of that, but it's turning out to be the same length. I just talk more about psychology. So I don't know if it's actually going to turn out good, if people are going to click off super fast. But yeah, I've been doing that. What else?
I really look forward to when you eventually get to like Aqua and Shion.
I wanted
Because
to
those
actually,
are
yeah, I want to do Aqua next,
I-
honestly.
Aqua in particular is that's one of those characters that people complain about and like bitch about Shibuya all the time.
Yeah.
And so many people seem to just fucking misunderstand. Hey, this is the one who's had fucking like adulthood thrust upon them way
Mhm.
too fucking quickly. Has always had to be the responsible one. Aqua's great.
I'm
I just-
conflicted about how I want to cover that, because there's a couple different things I could do. Obviously, there's trauma, but also the idea of like family systems and how do we fit into that, because it's very much like a found family dynamic with Ericus and the three apprentices. And so I think
mean,
it'd be really interesting to look at family dynamics and family roles. This idea of like we all kind of fit into a certain unit in the family. We all kind of have our own role that we play. And so what happens, right, is when we can't, what happens is we fall into that role and we just kind of play out that role. And it'd be interesting to see like what they all fit into. Yeah.
There's also plenty of room to explore like the consequences of suppressing one's emotions and one's like true feelings over time, because there's a reason that whole Dark Aqua segment fucking happens.
Mm,
And you can
yeah.
you can pretty easily like read that as hey, this is a character who's like had to be emotionally mature, had to be the adult for fucking years, who has had to fucking be the only responsible one for ages. I think they deserve to have a little bit of a breakdown.
Yeah.
When are you gonna do the psychology of Goofy?
I'm working with some other people on a Psychology of Cloud video.
But that's not Goofy.
Yeah. Probably won't touch Goofy.
But I need to know the
Why? Too
lasting
much.
effects of getting hit by a rock.
Yeah.
I
But
can't wait for the
yeah, been
psychology
spending
of
more
Maleficent.
oh yeah. Been doing a lot of stuff with my family. And just kind of slowing down in content in general. More so like focusing on longer videos and kind of taking more time to do that instead of trying to like get out a certain amount each week. It's been nice. But
That's good.
yeah.
Yuki, how have you been? What have you been up to?
Just been relaxing as much as I can.
Spending money on bullshit?
I mean,
No, no. Actually, finding bullshit. You found how many good things that you can just like fix on the side of the street?
I found a Wii
No.
for $5 that with the games that I bought, I flipped it for 90. That
Still
bought me
can't believe you found
my
a fucking Wii.
that bought me my Kotobuki Blade Armor X kit, so that was nice. I
Yeah.
accidentally haggled somebody for a Wii U that I'm keeping because he was selling it for 40, and I told him because I ordered pizza at the same time, so I told him like, hey, I'll be right back. I gotta go get something to eat. So when I came back, I thought, okay, let me try to be a little bit slick. I'm like, oh hey, I'm back. You said 20, right? He goes, yeah. So I just gave him the $20 for it, so that's nice. Fixed that up already. Apparently it's a European Wii U, so that's a thing. That's gonna be fun. Already region unlocked, so it's all good. Been buying stuff for streaming, so look forward to that.
Yee.
I also need to buy a switcher to make things a little bit easier to stream because I need to have 8 things connected for streaming now. So that's nice.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, what?
Because I got my PS5, my Switch, my GameCube, PS3, Wii U, Steam Deck, and the GBA HD that I bought, so I can have a little bit better quality for streaming. So that's all been nice. Slowly
You only
panning
have to have
things
one of those
out.
consoles on it at a time, right?
Oh yeah, no, only one of them at a time. If I wanted to blow up my apartment, I'll just turn all of them all at once and see what happens. See if I get like a weird superpower.
Yeah, the weird
What would your
superpower will be
super-
death.
Dude, that's the best kind of superpower. I'm gonna do that shit right now.
Well,
So, Shorah, how have you been? What have you been up to?
You know, ending on me is always gonna be disappointing because my life is basically just let's see. A few weeks ago, I went and house-sitted for my parents back home in the middle of the fucking woods, and that made me really appreciate living somewhere where phone service is actually good.
I would want to live
Um,
in the woods, but also I feel like the more trees you're around, the more like critters and stuff get into your house, which sucks.
Yes. Okay. So there are benefits to living out in the middle of the woods that are very nice. It's quiet. If you are on a road that has like very few cars, you can just kind of feel safe. Uh, it's generally just kind of nice. But my parents happen to live in an area where they can only get internet through our phone company, and even then, not like through a proper router, but a jetpack, which is like a weird little
What?
fucking device that uses your phone service to fucking give you Wi-Fi. Yeah, my parents live in a trailer with a tin roof, and the service out there is 3 bars of 4G service at best.
Let's go.
Yeah, nah, I got you. My mom's the same.
Are
It
they like
was,
worried about like the government taking over their brains, or they just like living out there?
no, they my parents just like living out in the middle of the woods. They like living away from people because people fucking suck.
Yeah, that's fair.
And yeah, it was okay house sitting for them for a while. It was nice to see like some of my childhood pets. It was not interesting to see how much my childhood home has changed and how little it feels like home to me anymore. But after like the second day, I was desperate to get back to where I live now because you can only hear so many weird sounds, and
Yeah.
I think you heard some weird sounds until you go kind of paranoid crazy.
It's just a skinwalker. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no biggie.
I heard something out there, and I don't know what it was, but it sounded like it died.
Holy shit. Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah.
My mom lives in North Carolina, and whenever I visit her, it's just that same thing of like, oh, cool, we're in the middle of nowhere. What was that sound?
Yeah. Middle of the night, I go outside. It's like, okay, gotta check on the dog. You gotta just fucking double check some stuff. I'm out there on the porch, and then just hear blood curdling scream from out in the darkness. I turned the fuck around and went back inside the house and locked those fucking doors and grabbed one of my dad's guns.
So yeah, odds are good that was just an animal, but
Yeah, no, it was
still
it
terrifying.
It was most likely either a coyote getting like hurt by
Killed.
something or
Yeah.
a screech owl.
Yeah, no problem. It was just a doppelganger. No worries.
Yeah. I remember
I don't know why they call it
when
fucking doppelganger in this life.
I remember when I was visiting family in Appalachia, and they had like this cabin that we would, stay at.
Oh god, the Appalachian
And
fucking woods. That's
that's
where real skinwalker territory.
that's where
lives.
that's where shit happens. Thankfully we were like on the edge of the woods, and we were kind of in like a cabin like park, but we were the only people in that park. So, I woke up at like 3 a.m. to take a piss and decided to go get some fresh air afterwards. So I turn on the porch light, step outside, wait about 2 minutes, and then all of a sudden I hear this like horrible screeching noise. Immediately go back inside and get the gun. Like, I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Well,
One time I housed at a farm, like the multi-acre farm that had like one light on the front of the house, and it was very dark. And then I rented Dead Space and played it all night.
There's something.
It was the worst choice
living
ever.
Somewhere where it's that dark.
could you imagine living in like what's that place? What's that place that Courage the Cowardly Dog lived in? Nowhere.
Like the middle of nowhere.
The middle of nowhere. Yeah, just a house on an
What
empty
was that
fucking
show?
plain.
That show was weird.
Yeah.
What do you mean? That was a good show.
No, it was good. It was just weird.
Um,
Some of the imagery is like still seared into my brain.
Yeah, like how the final episode is them turning into puppets and Courage having to mimic his daily life while being insane.
So fucked up.
It was definitely, I think, a good introduction to horror for kids, right? Because you can't just show like horror cartoons to kids. There's got to be comedy. There's got to be, like it's still got to be a kid show. But I think the one that sticks with me the most is everybody talks about the slab episode, but
yeah, that was my first episode.
That was your first episode?
That I watched late at night, and I dropped the remote and went under the bed. At the same time, I started hearing "Return the Slab,"
Yeah,
popping up from my TV and seeing that face.
Episode.
Jesus Christ!
For me, like the people always talk about the Return the Slab episode as being the creepiest, but to me, it's like, no, it's just goofy, like really early CGI. That's kind of funny to me. The one that always like fucked with me was the kitty episode. The one with the cat and like the weird white mask. That one always kind of fucked with me.
There's also another one that kind of got me for a little bit was one specific sequence where he's just running up like I think like stairs and like checking the doors, and like each door is like some like fucked up thing. And then he gets to like a little girl who's just playing the piano, and then she turns around and it's just some weird CGI, like purposely scary face that fucked with me as a kid for a little bit.
Crazy.
The one that I remember the most was one of the episodes that had Mr. Katz in it. The one that like wants to kidnap Muriel for various reasons.
I think he wanted to eat her or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that was just like
Oh, it was wrong. She wasn't playing a piano. It was a violin. All right, cool. Let me go put that on screen real quick. I don't have internet. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, that's neat. That's awesome. That's great. That's cool. That's awesome. That's neat. That's cool. That's great. So now I gotta entertain the people on that's watching this on YouTube. How you guys doing? Tell me in the comments. How you guys doing? We're 20 minutes in. We're not talking about Mega Man whatsoever. How are you guys doing? What's your day been? You guys doing good? You guys doing okay? I hope so. Cause I gotta leave for work at 10 and we haven't even started the episode yet. So that's awesome. That's cool. I should probably go check the router at some point because I don't know why it just randomly decided, hey, the internet's just gonna randomly disconnect because that's gonna be freaking cool. Gonna reset the router. Let me type this into Discord and be right back. I hate technology. Oh, wait, no, I think we're back. No, wait, are we back?
my dad was big into car. Really do much anymore with
Right.
like building and repairing racing cars and stuff like that. So there's this place in Tennessee that connects to the Carolinas called Dragon's Tail, and it cuts mountains, and it's literally a racetrack. It's a 2-lane racetrack that if you don't like fuck up, you're gonna go over the edge, and that's bad. But yeah, it was nice.
I hate technology. Oh man. I swear to God. Okay,
What?
I thought my shit died again.
It happens. So,
Thankfully, I'm still
Double
local
has-
recording.
Double has run off to the bathroom. He's got this Bubble Man in his guts or something. I don't know. But the bad joke. You got the bubble gut. Anyway. So today we'll be covering episodes 33 through 36. That is Countdown to Catastrophe, Dentech City's Deep Freeze, Crimson Flash, and Cutman Brothers.
Alright, but before we
These are
start
some
all of that,
fucking episodes, guys.
they're fucking weird. But before that, I got one little announcement that's actually pretty important for Battle Network stuff in general, because this happened a few weeks ago. We recently hit a goal to preserve the Battle Chip Stadium arcade cabinets. So that's great. We're sending out a friend of the channel, Tofu, aka my boss at work, and Demi D, your MC, a Twitch and YouTuber. We're gonna be sending them, I think, in November to Europe to go get the cabinet and dump as much information of that cabinet as possible, have that secured and everything. And I think they're also trying to, I think the Metal Operation arcade cabinet, which is another Mega Man thing, I don't know what it is. It sounds weird, but I think they're also trying to get that like secured. But we did it. I think they raised over $8,000 if I remember correctly. So that's great. We got that secured. Hopefully we'll have everything backed up to the public, and we'll actually finally be able to play those games and not have to deal with people pointing a bad camera at 2011 YouTube.
You know, that's fair.
And for the
Before
people
we
on
get
Twitch,
started,
for the people at Twitch, because I'm still local recording and the stream died. If you want to hear some delicious YouTube exclusive content of me trying to fill time for like 5 minutes, there you go. You watch the VOD tomorrow at our YouTube
man,
channel.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear Yukki cursing for 5 minutes straight. That's
Yeah, pretty much.
So, of the 4 episodes we're covering tonight, how does everyone feel about these episodes? Because they make some decisions on the pacing and introduction of certain characters that made me like.
Yeah, because like
There's some whiplash going on in this fucking set.
the recap of like the episode with Mr. Match, like it got to the point where it's like, shit, did they get the episodes wrong? Because it just starts the exact same way.
Yeah, no, I legitimately, for like the first half of episode 36, or not 36, fucking whatever, the 34 for us? Whatever. For the first half of like the D-Freeze episode, I thought it was supposed to come before the episode I had just watched. Because it just recaps what we literally just watched. They made some decisions on the writing of these episodes, and they did not know how to do this
At all.
at all. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's get started with Countdown to Catastrophe, also known as 0 seconds before the dam breaks, the Quickman episode. Any of y'all want to take this one?
I like how my first note for this is just, man, Speedy Dave sucks so much.
They really tried to make him less reprehensible in this.
Yeah, they
fucking
really
episode.
did. But
Speedy Dave in the fucking game. I'm gonna blow up this dam. Why? Because I'm an asshole.
Because I'm trying to save this place. And it's
the
like,
people suck, I guess.
So yeah, this is the anime's adaptation of the Quickman scenario from Battle Network 2. From what I remember of that scenario, having played this game again recently, like earlier this year, Lan and company go camping in the woods. A whole bunch of stupid shit happens in the game that doesn't happen in this episode. Some asshole
not a fan
named
of,
Dave decides to try and blow up the dam.
Dave. I was not a fan of Battle Network 2. Did not like that
Battle
one.
Network 2 has some good scenarios, but
Nah.
it's at least a upgrade mechanically over Battle Network 1, while having
Yeah, that's true.
mostly okay scenarios. Aside from the Iceman scenario, Jesus Christ, why did
I
they
don't
do
like
that?
Iceman. I don't really like Quickman's either.
At
Oh, you
least
don't
that
like
one's-
running around and being exploded?
No. And then like Quickman always showed up in Yum Yum Land or whatever that place was called. And he always just wrecked my shit because you couldn't attack him unless he was attacking or something. It was just hated it.
I feel
Not a good time.
So, in this episode, Lan and his friends are going camping in Okuden Valley with Sal acting as their chaperone. We got fucking Treeman's bitch out here. And while they're camping, they run into Sal's old childhood friend Dave, who is apparently a park ranger now and has a giant boar named Bora, who I guess also they make a gag of that boar eating Lan's chicken kebabs. So that's cool.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I love that like the like the stuff after the main scenario of NT Warrior, at least the first half. They just make Land the most like random character ever. Just like obsessed with eating food.
Yeah, he
That's
needs
his
to
whole
eat his.
personality.
Let me check my notes here. Cupcakes, not rice balls. Cupcakes.
Yeah. There's a point where he is very obviously eating rice balls, and they call them cupcakes because localization. Everyone, children can't understand what rice is.
Now we can't tell them that Japan is a place that exists. Only America. Nah. Rice balls, cupcakes. Jelly-filled donuts, nah, that's weak sauce cupcakes.
Fucking cupcakes.
Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what would I want to know? I want to know what localizer. Maybe it was a localizer that had something against rice, or like had something against Japan. Because right, like it used to be that,
racism.
there was, like,
that tends to be the thing.
Racist. Isn't there like because localizers had like before, right? It was like 1 or 2 people that would work on it, and they had like a bunch of power, just do whatever they wanted.
Sorta, kinda. Because if we're
So it's
using like 4Kids as an example, their whole agenda was literally just we make it as American as possible. These people cannot know
Can you
that
imagine
Japan
that?
exists. Americanize it as much as you can.
Just that idea of like, oh, a snack for a Japanese kid, yeah, rice ball. What is that for Americans? Oh, a cupcake. Like, holy shit.
Don't forget about the fact that this weird localization shit would continue for quite a fucking while. Like, I remember that fucking Pokemon 4Kids, for example, had a notorious scene during the Hoenn season where like Ash catches a giant rice ball rolling downhill towards him, and they actually fully reanimated it for the localization to make it just a giant sandwich.
Oh
and
shit!
It's so
right.
bad. Like, I really wish we could find like interviews to explain these weird localization choices. This is something that could be interesting to research. Just the logic behind awful localization choices, especially regarding food.
I'm back from the little fox's room. What did I
Cool.
miss?
You made it just in time for another weird localization change involving Yai and what she says to Dave.
Oh
There's
yeah,
a
the one that
weird
made me
batch
want
of
to kill
episodes.
myself.
Yeah, so
There's a weird batch of
there's a part where clearly in the Japanese version, because I got told this on Twitter, Yai and Mail are teasing Sal that like, oh hey, like you knew Dave, like maybe you two were like childhood lovers back in the day. Maybe you two had a crush on each other and they're like teasing her. You know, playful stuff, nothing harmful. In the dub, they instead changed that to, you know, Mail being a little bit harmless with it, saying, oh, maybe he can give us a tour. I love tours, you know, being, you know, a little cutesy. That's no problem.
Yeah.
What does Yai say, though? Hi, my name is Yai. I love roughing it.
While making
I thought
fuck
that
me
was
eyes
so
at
weird.
like Yai is 8 or 10 or whatever, a child.
Not an adult.
I'm telling you, a grown-ass man, hey, you know what to do. I got money.
Christ.
Now,
This fucking dub has Yai constantly like 2 minutes away from doing the Yanaika face.
Yeah.
There's also a weird batch of episodes where like Yai's voice actor is like obviously like has a cold or something, or is like sick, and her voice is so scratchy.
Yeah, I noticed that
so
too.
weird. I'm like, what? Just wait a week. Like, did this really have to come out right now?
Well, so
I will say, I didn't notice that, but to be fair, I dissociate the minute Yai gets on screen.
Yeah.
I will say that it's definitely not Yai's voice actress's fault that the recording company for this was like, hey, I know you're sick. We have a deadline. Either meet the deadline or we're gonna find somebody else. Like that's just how it works.
Yeah.
So
I guarantee this was a pretty low budget project for them, and they probably were like, hey,
one take
you
done.
have maybe 3 takes total to try this. We're gonna take one.
And you're gonna get paid pennies to do it. Yeah. The other thing is in Japan, related to the Japanese episodes, at least, where you've got like the kids teasing the adults about like, oh, were you lovers or whatever. That's super common. When I was teaching English, I had like elementary school kids who would stop me and be like, oh, are you married? Did you meet your wife? Like, did you take her to any like cool date places? Like really trying to be funny about it or whatever, but it's just a common thing. So
yeah, there's like there's a weirdly high pressure for people to get married like quick. If that was more prevalent in the past, but still, continues like some of its shit today, right?
yeah, like Shinzo Abe, have sex.
Well, I hear he's a
Shinzo
pretty
Abe
big
wants to
fan
tell
of
women to
backshots.
shine.
Ooh, I like that. That's funny.
I still can never get over that fucking billboard that they put up where Shinzo Abe was like, women should shine, forgetting that, that could still be read as she died.
Yeah. I'm glad he got doohickey. Anyways, that should be the episode title. No, don't actually.
What, Shinzo Abe, a fan of backshots? I'll admit that, no problem.
So
yeah, sorry, continue.
Episode 9, Shinzo Abe backshots.
Jesus Christ.
Type
So
that in for
anyway,
later.
they all hang out with Dave and, filler. Eventually Dave is like, I'm gonna fucking blow up this dam. Fuck that.
Which doesn't even make sense because it's like, I want to save this place, but I'm gonna flood it. And it's like, okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
They start turning this into a huge like environmental thing where Dave and Quickman start taking over all of the dam systems, and Dave gives them a message where he's like, shut down everything or I will destroy this dam and flood this entire valley, including the innocent children that are in this valley, because fuck them kids, right?
I mean, so it is a very childlike look at at what people think environmentalists believe, right? But it also does kind of, I guess, introduce the concept of, thing we do is bad, but the results of what we do, very good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we've got this
capitalism's bad, but money good.
Well, right, yeah. Like we've got this hydroelectric dam. It undeniably improves the quality of life for a lot of people. But it also disrupts the environment. It can cause a number of issues related to structure of ground, earthquakes,
Displaces like
displaces
entire fucking ecosystems.
right.
There's
And
there's good arguments to be made, just not in this fucking show.
right, yeah, this is like I get what they were going for. But y'all aren't Fern Gully.
This ain't the right series for that.
Yeah, this ain't the right. Just yeah.
They get a big, nice brown star for trying, I guess.
You tried.
They
job.
they
Good
also
for
have
you.
this really fucking wonderful moment that stuck out to me, where the people working at this dam, the staff who are keeping this shit going, right? They are trying their best. They're scrambling to try and regain control of it. And the dude who's like in charge just outright goes, no, you'll never have control. Not while I can do this. And then he just flips a light switch, basically. Because one of the controls on this big control panel on the dam, is he gonna push a big button? Is he gonna fucking like grab a lever and pull it down? No, it's
you gotta flip the switch.
it's a little fucking like electrical light switch that he just takes a finger and pushes forward. And it's So it does nothing, obviously. But like, how is that your big like? Why does your fucking big control panel just have like a fucking light switch on it? Is this just a giant fidget toy for adults?
Look, we couldn't get the big red button. That was $100, and we only had 20 left. I had to get the Switch.
Listen, I went to Home Depot, I bought a light switch for like $5, and then I got myself a $15 fucking drink from Starbucks.
I literally did that like 3 days ago. I
Well,
had to go.
we know who put the Switch then.
I had to go because we were installing a TV mount in our house, and we got everything we needed except we forgot a drill bit to drill into the wood. So my wife, like, I'm not trying to disparage her or anything, love her, but she's not, like, amazing when it comes to hand.
Clip it.
Like,
Clip it.
okay, so she's not very
So what
good
you're
when it
saying
comes
is,
to tools.
You hate,
So-
you hate women?
Oh yeah.
Janae?
So when she tried to use the power drill to screw into the wall, as soon as she hit the wood, right, of the frame, naturally it stopped, and she couldn't figure out why. So she had a screw sticking halfway out of the drywall, and so I told her, "Oh, where's the drill bit?" And she didn't know what that was. So totally okay, I understand. So I went to the store to go get it. And right next to the hardware store across the street is a Starbucks. So I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'm out here. I might as well. And then I got myself like a $9 double mocha chip chocolate frappuccino.
Never mind.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Say it.
I hate this
Yes,
guy,
sir.
by the way.
This is a free space.
Quickman is the worst.
It's fine. Just hit him with Gator.
I always hated him. Even in what's the other game that he shows up in? Freaking
Network Transmission?
Network Transmission. Fucking that one sucked too.
It's fine. Just jump and hit him with cannons.
Yeah, but his whole stage.
Oh yeah,
awful.
no, you get nah. I'm with you there. Fuck him.
It's
not-
like a
it's
game
not
that
that
is
bad.
definitely not made.
They
for,
brought
like,
back the
high-speed
Quickman lasers from
platforming.
Mega Man 2, and you can't
No,
pause
right?
them.
It's not that bad.
I'll kill you.
Yeah,
You could try. Your weak baby little frame can't even fucking move me. I'm like a mountain.
American Airlines.
Yeah, you gonna come to Japan? Really?
From New York to Japan. Shit, I actually typed in Spanish. What's
Spanish word for Japan?
just Japón? Just remove the A.
Japón?
Oh, yeah. So we'll be looking at Osaka, Japan.
You don't how who
Yeah,
you've
Doxy.
known me for how long, and I've told you how long.
You think I pay attention?
Jesus Christ. Okay, so anyways, what happens next in the episode?
So,
episode just sucks.
from what?
It does.
Jesus.
all these episodes are just
Uh,
not good. Sorry, what were you saying, Shorah?
Lan wakes up in the middle of the night and just he hears a noise and wanders over to the dam. Cue jacking in and time to do all this shit. Lan and Mega Man start trying to stop Quickman, and Sal is also there to reveal we knew each other as children. Also, I'm Black Rose. Cool, I guess.
Like this entire episode in particular is it suffers from the case of they tried to say something poignant and important and
Fucked it up.
fucked it up. All right, they tried to address the eternal debate between capitalism and, some would frame it as like progress, which maybe back in the day, sure, but nowadays, no. Versus stewardship of the environment and being responsible for the land that we are now, dredging up for advancements in technology. There is a debate to be had there. They can't fucking make that debate because it's a kid's show about digital Pokemon, essentially.
Yeah.
And this episode in particular just really frustrated me because you could see the formations of something. You could see them like digging into that well. And then what they come up with is shit. So I don't know.
They fight for a while. Dan eventually, or Dave. I don't know why I call him Dan. Eventually reveals, yeah, no, I was never gonna fucking destroy the dam anyway. Whatever. And then Quickman gets fucking assassinated by Cutman.
Like, come on, of all people, Cutman, you fucking suck, dude.
And his voice actor is so fucking bad.
Oh yeah, they also give Cutman like a fucking Boston accent, and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah, what's
And
wrong with
I
Scott
can't
McNeil?
wait to hear that. I can't wait to hear 5 different fucking Cutmans use about the same fucking level of voices.
I love 5
Oh,
different
so
Scott McNeils talking to me and fucking Ruby Spears Proto Man both from the Bronx.
Yeah. My only 2 notes for that
Yeah.
episode were Yakuza Megaman, and then I hate this episode.
Yeah.
The moral of the story of this episode is that Double thinks women should just shine.
I can't believe that's what you were working on this entire time. I saw your microphone go mute, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, maybe Shora's just, coughing, I'm so mad right now.
All right, let me just.
Yeah, put it up on screen, you bitch.
I mean, we gotta let the good people know of your message.
So mad. So, anyways, yeah, I think I cannot believe this.
All right, cool.
Wait, does that
So,
mean
yeah,
I'm gonna get
that's-
doohickeyd? Am I gonna get doohickeyd?
Hey, why do you
Am I
think I'm
gonna
going to
get
Japan?
backshots? Oh no! So that was episode whatever that was, and
That was episode
33.
33.
Countdown to Catastrophe. It was alright. I mean, Quickman barely talks in this fucking episode, which is really funny. I still think Quickman as a design is fucking solid.
Oh, I personally like Quickman. I think Quickman's cool, and I don't have a problem with any of his stages because I'm not a bitch. But
I'll kill you.
but the fact that he got jobbed out by Cutman of all people is kind of frustrating to me.
Yeah.
But
But
episode 34/36.
then
So this
City's Deep Freeze.
Deep Freeze, or the Japanese title, plan to turn Dinsan City Antarctic.
Operation Antarctic Dentech City. This is a weird fucking couple of episodes. Mainly because of how they handle the next episode.
Yeah, let's just
can't
reuse
believe
the
you-
other half of this of the episode and make a new one.
So it feels like they're trying to go back because we got done with tournament arc, right?
Yeah.
And it feels like they're trying to go back to like Monster of the Week type stuff. I don't understand why they did this like half episode like recap thing until I started looking at the episode list, and I think I figured it out. So on the Mega Man official wiki, the next episode, Crimson Flash and Cutman Brothers, which are like the flashback episodes, they were apparently aired only in Canada. These were not part of the original run that we had on 4Kids or Kids WB or
Yeah, I don't
whatever.
remember. I feel like after the Pharaoh Man, like none of these were stuff that ran on my network.
Right. And so if these were only aired in Canada, I bet you what they were is because Canada typically gets a later distribution than North America when it comes to these type of things back in the day. Not anymore, obviously, but back in the day, due to licensing, and I think they also had to translate to Quebec French, right?
Yeah.
I think because of that delay, maybe what they did was they had enough time to cut together some additional episodes so that they could kind of like dovetail it on, because by the time that series ended in Canada, the next series in North America was going to get started. And some places in Canada can get access to America broadcast. So I don't know. It's a theory. I don't work in television production. I have no idea why they did this. But if these two episodes were only available in Canada back then, that would kind of explain why they were like flashback, cut together type episodes.
So these episodes did obviously air in Japan as well. So
Well, we're sorry, yeah.
it's such a it's fucking weird. It feels like they wanted to do a thing and then they realized, oh shit, we have to explain the thing we just did. The Cutman episode is a standalone episode that I can kind of get. It doesn't feel like a recap episode to me as much, but these two, like fucking Dentech and Crimson Flash, these are really weird. So, does anybody want to cover Dentech City's Deep Freeze?
I mean, I can cover it briefly. I'm operating off of memory because I
same.
watched these episodes like 4 weeks ago or whatever. And
it's
okay.
like just easy to just put like the two ice episodes together because they're pretty much the same for like
they're
15
pretty
minutes.
much the same. Yeah.
Yeah, the next episode, like the first half, covers just this episode.
So a new toy is introduced to Dentech, and it is this this penguin toy that doubles as like an air conditioner.
And the cooler, which is it's neat.
Yeah,
it's a
and which
cute concept.
You do back in the like 2000 the aughts, right, and in the 90s and everything. Trends like that would really take off in Japan. Like if a new air conditioner unit or toy or wristband or whatever, like if it became popular in one part of Japan, it would spread very rapidly throughout the rest of Japan. So it's not unusual to see like a new toy get introduced out of nowhere and all of a sudden it's, popular. So this penguin toy got introduced, and I think it was like during the summer or something like that. Like
during the middle of a heat wave in Dentech City, they introduce a personal air conditioner. These little penguin robot things.
Cool. And the penguin air conditioners start to work a little too well, and start to turn Dentech City into a frozen wonderland, basically.
Yeah. Shit starts going like haywire, and we get a lot of scenes of things like as things start to get frozen. Like, Yai apparently bought like 6 of these damn things.
I mean, are you shocked? Are you shocked?
No, not really, but like, just goddamn.
Look, what happened next? She deserved it.
Yeah, no. They freeze her ass in the middle of jumping into the pool, and it's really good.
Fuck the rich.
Yeah. These things are going haywire. Lan gets convinced that the source of this problem is somewhere in Net City, because every episode has to have something to do with Net City. It's their new big cool concept. Yay. And then like a bunch of other shit happens to Bailey. Progressively, this blizzard in Dentech City keeps getting worse and worse, to the point that Lan almost dies a couple of times, I think.
Yeah, he at some point he just randomly loses Megaman, so he goes back through the snow to go find him, finds him, and then he immediately passes out in the snow.
And the only way Mega Man can get him to wake up is going, "It's dinner time." Or no, come and get it. That's it. Just use food to get Lan to wake up. Don't mind the concussion.
I mean, this is kind of embarrassing to admit, but I remember one time I was really sleepy and I started to lay down for a nap, and then my wife started making hash browns, and I woke right the fuck up because I really wanted hash browns. So
Fair, honestly.
I'm with Lan here. I'm sorry.
So, this is
Boo.
around the point that this episode does the weirdest fucking thing, though. We switch over briefly to the perspective of the World 3 Chuckle Fucks. And Mr. Famous is with them for some reason.
Yeah, he's just there
They
now.
don't explain that at all. I think this is his first fucking appearance too, right?
Yes.
Or at least this
Yeah.
is yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Famous is with them, just hanging out with the World 3 Chuckle Fucks. He's got a PET that apparently is like burning hot or something. They got some plan to go out and do something, so they leave the curry shop. They immediately get fucked over by these penguins. And that's when it hit me. The dub for this fucking show decided that Mr. Famous, the guy who is notoriously just like, this guy is meant to look cool. His design is cool. That's his entire personality. He's just fucking cool, but also a dork. They gave him a posh British accent.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, yo, Mr.
No.
Famous.
He fucking opens his mouth and he's just like,
Oi.
wait, I've got a plan. And I'm like, dude, you got something in your throat? Because that ain't how you fucking should be
By
saying.
got his
jolly governor.
They got its catchphrase reversed.
I didn't catch that
Because
really.
in Japan, it's no need for formalities anytime they like use the honorifics for them. And in
Right.
English, when they just call him, oh, hey, Famous, it's Mr. Famous. That bothers the shit out of me.
Oh, I love the signs of bad translation.
So I guess my thing is like we're 30 something episodes deep now, and I feel like they genuinely wanted the World 3 morons to be like the Team Rocket of of this series.
They
Because we
knew that those were characters with personality that they could actually use and abuse.
Well, okay. Mr. Match, yes. Maddie, okay. Count Zap? Like, what's his personality? Dipshit? Like,
Yeah, dipshit B
That's
to their
all of their
dipshit A.
personalities.
well, yeah, but like, Count Zap is a 45-year-old man. What the fuck is like?
Okay. You have angry himbo,
Yeah.
bitch,
Yeah.
dipshit himbo, and then the only productive one. That's their group of personalities. Yahoo is the only one who gets shit done. That man has a fucking restaurant. He has multiple restaurants. He's a fucking business leader.
My man's got money.
He does. And he was a successful YouTuber for a while.
Yeah, true.
He's made amazing curry. He has a famous line of self-help video. Yahoo is on that grind. He's got like 17 different fucking side gigs in this economy.
You work here because you need employment. I work here because I need to finish my grind. We are not the same.
I hate grind set people so fucking much.
Gotta grind.
They definitely just wanted to keep these characters in the show because
Oh yeah.
there's nothing else you can do with them. Otherwise, they show up briefly and then never again. Aside from Match is the only one of the original dipshit crew who would continue to show up in the games. So like, they could have gotten away with that. But there's a small part of me that's glad that they decided to run with it and just keep these motherfuckers here. After a while, they started to become endearing, like going to Dollar General and finding knockoff Pokemon toys.
you find the Pikachu plushie, but one of its eyes is just a little too crooked, so it's looking two different
A little
directions.
It's
weird.
just drooping.
Pikachu sees the present, the past.
And the future.
Oh.
Okay, so we discover that Freeze Man is responsible, big shock, for
And for the
the
worst scenario
Penguins.
in all the games.
Yeah. And we are introduced to a new Net Navi though, other than Freeze Man. So it's not like Mega Man doesn't stop Freeze Man by himself. Right? We get to meet Heat Man. Now, how is Heat Man different from Torch Man? Let me tell you. Heat Man's cooler.
He's a little zanier.
He-Man is not cooler.
He's a little
Fuck
quirky.
you, Heat Man is cooler. What are you talking about?
He's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
he's a
I just wanted to
snake
be-
lighter.
I just want to be contrary.
Listen, his
Oh, God.
design is
Zippo,
a
right?
literal like Zippo.
He's a Zippo lighter.
I kind of
Yeah.
love it, honestly.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot.
He also has that little fucking gremlin face. I
Yeah.
love that character
The way that
design.
he
I love the
talks, too.
fucking gremlin mouth.
The gremlin voice too.
Oh yeah. That's not quite like that, but yeah.
That it's not quite like that, but you got the spirit of it. I like Heat Man
So-
personally more than Torch Man, but you know,
So Mega Man goes through the frozen Dentek City, which can't use battle chips in Dentek City. They bring that shit up again. Not a big deal. He's got Buster Max on, so he's taking out these viruses left and fucking right. He gets to Freeze Man, who creates an ice arena for them so that he can use battle chips because they're not technically in the city anymore, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
They fight, Mega Man fails, Heat Man shows up, beats his ass,
What is-
talks
yeah.
about wanting revenge on fucking Grave, and
What
then
is the,
tells Mega Man he's gonna kill him.
The thing that Mr. Famous was saying, he like gave him an upgrade or something to fight against Graves specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
This
in
is
the
a
other
whole,
half
like-
of 35.
Oh, whatever. They're the same
Yeah.
episode.
This
Yeah,
there
basically.
might as well be.
this is a whole weird fucking segment where it's just introduce random character, explain nothing, move on. We then get an end thing where Mr. Match is delivering curry, and he seems real happy, and they do a dubism where he's like, fucking just standing at the door, like, number 2 curry. Hey, are you gonna get out here anytime soon?
I'm gonna leave.
the
I'm
next
getting real
episode.
angry.
Cue the next episode. We watched the fucking entire first half of the previous episode again.
Yeah.
I'm not even fucking kidding.
Yeah.
It is barely framed as a dream sequence.
Like I gotta be completely honest. I remember watching these back to back in one sitting and going, wait, did I start the previous episode again?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. But that's good for us because that means we don't have to talk about it as much. We can just go, oh
Yeah.
yeah, remember this that we just talked about?
Cool. Remember
It happened.
the past 10 minutes we spent talking? Cool. Paste that again.
Yeah, so rewind the episode to the past 10 minutes. Re-listen to that. That's the first half of the episode. Fucking
35.
Then you can
35,
come back
yeah.
here. Sucks for the people
Crimson
live. You guys
Flash.
can't do that. People on YouTube, go back to the past 10 minutes. I'm not giving you an option right now. Go back to the
Yeah.
past 10 minutes.
But wait, once they get back to this point, then they gotta loop back because they'll just hear the
Got
instructions again.
him! You're stuck in the
Oh.
infinite time loop, idiot!
Here's where it gets
Dumbass.
even dumber. You get the first like half of the last episode we just covered, but then you also get like 10 minutes worth of the Shadow Man episode from a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They flash back to the Shadow Man scenario in Dentek City, where they found Torchman in the sewers. Torchman's fucked up, but you know, he looks like he's gonna survive. Mega Man goes off and they go off and fucking go to save the day, and who appears? Iceman, for some reason, and murders Torchman. So Torchman's fucked. His data is like beyond recovery now. And Mr. Famous now officially gets introduced and shows up, promising fucking Mr. Match that he can save Torchman, but Match is being kinda dickish about this, like, no, I'm going to save my Navi myself.
And if I remember correctly, in the Japanese version, he punches Mr. Famous.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I wish I could have seen that.
Because
So
he tells him, like, oh, you need a new Navi. You need to repair him. You can't do it like that. He just basically tells him to fuck off and just punches him.
so as the number one fire Navi like lover here, I should compare this to the actual video games. In the anime, Heatman is an upgrade or a merging of Torchman with new data. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
In-
He-Man was like a shell Mr. Famous created and then used Torchman's data to like finalize.
Right. In the original game, in the games rather, because you find Heatman as a optional boss in Mega Man 2, Battle Network 2.
Yeah.
I believe it's literally just Mr. Match ditched Fireman and got Heatman.
He
like
just deleted him.
Was like, yeah, Fireman wasn't cutting it, so fuck it. I got a new
Yeah, you
Fire
just
Navi
find
now.
him, like, at the airport during his vacation. He's like, don't get Fireman and Heatman confused. They're two different
They're
Navis.
totally different.
And they look completely different.
Yeah.
The
But
shit that gets
then
me is you don't know his
go ahead.
name. Like, every time you fight him, Mega Man just goes, fight this person's Navi?
And then obviously in Battle Network 6, Heatman is a Link Navi that you can cross with in I always get the versions confused. Grygar, thank you, yeah. So cool. Love Heatman. Okay, back to the episode.
The concept behind like Heatman became in the anime Match's second net Navi is kind of also an homage to the classic Mega Man, since the original Heatman is based off of Fireman.
Right. And I was kind of like thinking what they could have done is taken this concept of like, oh, the World 3 goons, they suck and they're getting their asses kicked all the time. Maybe they should get upgrades, So Heatman upgrading, or sorry, Torchman upgrading into Heatman, and then what's the clown's name?
Wacko Man.
Dipshit.
Wacko Man.
Don't forget,
Thank you.
have the
We do have
the emote.
certified Wacko moment. That's right. Thank you. Oh, Wacko Man getting upgraded into somebody who doesn't suck. And stuff like that. But no, that doesn't happen. This is strictly a Mr. Match Heatman thing.
Wait, found a pretty good image. Gonna put that on screen real quick.
Oh god, now I
So-
gotta tab back over to your stream.
While Match is having his own little crises over what to do with Torchman, Famous takes on the entire World 3 crew with the like beta Heatman, we'll call him, the restrained Heatman.
That is a good
And-
image, Yukki.
and Heatman, solidly beats the shit out of them. It's fun.
You could put him on my shoulder, Yukki,
I
actually.
got you. Right there.
Hell
There he is. He's big chillin'.
From there, the
Sick.
episode just plays out as the previous episode played out. Heatman goes and saves the day, and we get that Mr. Match end credit sequence, except they changed the dub a little bit, where he's almost recognizing he's been standing out there for like an hour now.
Yeah.
I'm getting real fucking mad at this point. Open the fucking door!
I love your Mr. Match impersonation. It's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
Okay, so that was that episode. Thank God. And then the last one we're going to talk about is the Cutman Brothers episode.
Strangely Strong. Cutman Brothers.
I do
Henny.
actually, before we move on, because
Oh.
I don't have any notes for 36 because I hated that episode.
I don't blame you. It sucks.
But
Yeah.
It sucks.
I love the different what are they? They're not style changes. What are they called? The forms.
Style changes.
Oh, are they called style changes? Okay.
Yeah,
For some reason, I thought
yeah.
that was a Kingdom Hearts thing. That's command style. Never mind. But yeah, I love the style changes with especially like the twister in the last episode 35.
Man, it's really weird. Mega Man didn't use the first style change he got. That was heat based against Freeze Man. Man, that would have fucking helped out.
Wow, yeah, that's a good point, actually. I didn't think about that. Mega Man, are you stupid? Fucking dumb.
God. Oh, by the way, this Cutman Brothers episode was DVD only.
No, man, I can see why.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
bad.
This was not aired in America.
It was too
It was a
embarrassed to do it.
DVD only episode.
All right, chat. We're gonna have to end this here. You guys are gonna have to eventually wait for our DVD episode to get this part of the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Limited distribution. The distribution would be like 1. So
we end the stream here, and then our coverage of the Cutman episode is only available on the YouTube upload.
like media distribution back then is so funny to actually look at, right? Because this just gives me an excuse to talk about .hack. But in order to understand the entire story of like .hack, a major media franchise at the time, you had to A, read the light novels, B, watch the anime, which only aired on Toonami. Wait, was it Toonami or Adult Swim? No, it's Toonami.
Yeah, same thing.
Toonami is a part of Adult Swim, technically.
Right,
so.
but Cartoon Network. You had to watch it on Cartoon Network. Then you had to buy the IMOQ games, which were 4 separate games, by the way.
And you had to watch the liminality discs that came with them.
Yep, and you had to watch liminality discs. And then if you wanted to bridge the gap between IMOQ and GU, you had to watch Legend of the Twilight, which never got an American release as far as I'm aware.
I don't think you need to watch Legend of the Twilight to fucking bridge that gap. No. That's
I like
the
saying
least
that
canon thing you need to watch.
I like saying that because I want people to get mad at me, so they read it or watch it, and then they're like, "Wait, this didn't bridge the gap at all." But it is the .hack.
Someone who mad
at
you for that.
again?
Yeah, .hack, that Sword Art Online
Legend
thing.
of the Twilight.
Yeah, the Sword Art Online knockoff. Ridiculous.
I'll kill both of you.
I think tricking people into watching Legend of the Twilight Bracelet is kind of a war crime double.
It kind of is. Okay, if you want to bridge the gap, you just got to watch .hack Roots, which is
Look, it's fine. If you want to bridge the gap, the guy that made Sword Art Online also was an artist for Mega Man, specifically Battle Network. Yes, I think he did Beast Plus.
Oh, I never watched Sword Art Online because it's a bad show, but
I need to check because he also made a Blade for Xenoblade 2, and that's the only way I remember that guy as an artist.
I never played Xenoblade 2 because it's a bad game.
The
Shingo Adachi.
Sword Art.
I
writer behind Sword Art also made like Excel Saga or something, which was pretty good.
I like the premise of Sword Art Online.
Then you would like .hack. Why don't you just go watch .hack?
Dude, I don't watch knockoffs.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Fine quality
Shingo Adachi. He worked on various Mega Man anime as a key animator and character designer for Mega Man, or Rockman EXE Beast, Shooting Star Rockman, and Shooting Star Rockman Tribe. So the last 3 things we're gonna cover.
Yeah. All right, I'm sorry. Let's get back on track because I know Yuki's got to head off soon.
We're probably gonna finish soon anyway.
Yeah, Cutman Brothers. Mega Man fights the 5 younger brothers of Cutman.
We open with a recap of Mega Man cutting down Cutman, told from the perspective of like an old Japanese samurai story, which is kind of neat, I guess. Except Mega Man's like dark and fucked up and evil. with Aqua Sword for some reason. The rest of this episode sucks, dude.
Like,
It's so bad.
it's really bad because again, I'm operating off memory here, but they don't they have like a Chinatown or something in this episode that
Yes.
So Lan is trying to get
that's like mildly racist.
Yeah.
The premise of this episode is that Lan is trying to get to Meilu and like Yai and all of them because they were supposed to have an outing and go to some restaurant or something. They're all pissed off because Lan's late again. He tries to send Megaman ahead of him to explain shit and, you know, just like be like, hey, go on without me, I'm gonna be late, whatever. But the connection gets fucked up and Megaman gets sent to this weird, like,
The
Chinatown,
paper dimension.
Japanese random fucking, like, old era shit. And then he has to deal with a bunch of, like, paper duplicate clones of stuff. Oh, also, Chod shows up at some point and does very little overall, aside from have a decently neat fight with Shadow Man, who shows up.
Who
And
has
I
an
forgot how much I
equally
hate
bad
Shadow
voice.
Man's voice in this.
Yeah, Shadow Man's voice in this episode in this
Why'd
anime
they
is
make
really
him sound like
fucking
a
garbage.
theater major?
Oh no.
Why did they make
I
Shadow
was-
Man sound like he's
I was-
out here reciting Shakespeare?
I can kind of explain this. So
Please do. Please do.
okay, so Shadow Man is based off of a ninja, right? And
Mm-hmm.
ninja and samurai. You mentioned the opening, right? The opening was kind of shot like an old samurai movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You know how we have dialects for like past versions of Americans, right? Like cowboys, right? They're like, oh, yeehaw, put you in the clink, partner, you know, type shit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Japanese does that with samurai and ninja in particular as well. So translated, it's almost like they're speaking Shakespearean. Like they have a very
Please tell me.
they have like
Please
a
tell me that his
forsooth.
manner. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, yeah, they have like a very like forsooth and thou would raise thy blade against me, you know, type dialect, but in Japanese. And so obviously that doesn't translate very well, so they just gave him a Shakespearean style, like poor theater kid type.
But he talks like a noble person in the Japanese version.
I was
I know,
really hoping
it's
you were
so
about to be like,
But I know, but the localizers probably saw this and was like, "Oh, this is I know what we can do.
Go get
give
me
him
the
a fucking
intern."
theater." Yeah, we'll.
I was really hoping you were about to tell me that in the sub he talks like a Rakugo actor or something because
No,
that'd
that
be
would be
fucking
way
gay.
cooler.
That'd be
That would
fucking
be
awesome,
way
dude.
fucking cooler. No, that does not happen. He just sounds like a normal Japanese actor in the sub.
I think
God,
it's
that
both.
would've
I
been a
think in
cool-ass
Japanese,
concept, actually.
I think the Japanese voice actress for Shadow Man is also the voice actress for Megaman.
I don't know about that,
I'm
but
gonna double check.
I would have bet you dollars to donuts that the localizers were like, "Oh, this is a ninja. I know ninjas and samurai use like funny dialects sometimes. We're gonna give them a Shakespeare thing."
Kentaro Ito.
I'm
who
wrong.
is
I'm thinking of
Shadow
somebody
Man-
else.
He is Shadow Man and Warrock in Shooting Star Rockman.
Oh, he's X.
He's Omega Exis. Or Omega Sis.
Wait, what? Oh, he's
Omega-
X in X4. Okay.
That reminds me, I got to play the X game, or not X game. Sorry, X-Zero games. I have played the X games. I'm not that like behind, but I do. I've never played this Mega Man Zero games, and I want to play them.
So, while Lan is running around trying to figure out where the fuck Mega Man has gone and find a way to reconnect with him to not even really to send him battle chips because Lan didn't bring any, apparently.
Oh yeah, wait. I'm sorry. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm sorry. I remember watching this and going, "What the fuck do you mean the guy whose entire like hobby is net battling didn't bring battle chips for his fucking PET?" Like, what?
Such a weird fucking decision.
It's like a Pokemon trainer
Okay,
deciding,
I was wrong.
you know what,
Mega
I'm just
Man's
gonna
voice
leave.
actress just voices Mega Man and Rush.
It's like a Pokemon trainer going, you know what? I don't feel like carrying any Pokemon today. And then they just go out wandering and get murdered by a fucking, like, it doesn't make sense.
Christ. Yeah. So, Meilu, Dex, all of them, they're supposed to go to some restaurant. The restaurant's too busy, so they go to a noodle cart while this is all happening, and they're all so pissed off that like they're eating 17 bowls of fucking ramen, but complaining about the quality the entire time. For
The
some
shit
fucking
talking
reason.
the dude the entire time.
He's being really understanding though. He's like, "Oh, I just like that you're eating my food, whatever."
This tastes like
is
a wet
character who
boot.
be-
Oh, that's so grateful. I'm so grateful you're here eating my food.
Boot.
I am dread to let you know that this dude, this fucking ramen cart dude, is apparently going to be a recurring character because he has a wiki page where they list him as Shady Salesman.
Oh, I think he's in the Noodle Man episode next season.
Also, thank you for
he shows up here, he shows up once in Access and then once in Beast Plus.
Yeah. Look forward to Noodle Man in Rockman EXE Access.
thank you for reminding me I'm getting ramen after we get done with this episode.
Get a load of this guy.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go throw up after.
Yo, dude,
Oh,
same?
Wow.
You want to share a toilet?
What if we threw up together in the toilet?
Yo, I'll get ready.
What if you recorded it for your own? Never mind.
So Mega Man goes into gut style
What is wrong
and
with me?
beats the shit out of these fucking Cut Man knockoffs, and then the episode ends, and I went and took a shit that was more interesting than these fucking Cut Mans.
The
So-
shit that gets me is they used the fucking double program advance again for this episode for fucking Cut Man.
Like, you don't need to bust
bro-
out the double program
They
advance for
bust out
Cutman.
double life sword on the Cut Man brothers on this fucking episode, dude.
They do one interesting thing. While Proto Man's fighting Shadow Man, he deals like some serious damage to Shadow Man's face, and it almost seems like they're implying that there's something interesting underneath like Shadow Man's helmet to be revealed. So that could be a neat plot thread that they'll probably never pull on.
Yeah. No, I was about to say, yeah, that's a cool thing that's never gonna make it. It's not coming back. I'm sorry.
It's a real goddamn shame. Also, it's really fucking weird to see Shadow Man with a face. Like,
Yeah, I don't even see his mouth.
with a weirdly detailed mouth and stuff. It's really fucking weird to think that there's a face under all of that.
All right, goodbye, Shine Double. Hello, Shadow Man.
No more have sex from now on. We're Shadow Man's supple lips.
Mm.
So I will say this, because obviously we're done talking about this fucking episode, but we are hang on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We are 18 episodes away from Access.
Let's go. I love
Wow.
Access.
We are almost through the shitty part of this podcast.
At least the filler in Access is going to be entertaining filler.
Yeah, because I remember Access being much more interesting, much more cohesive, and yeah, like you said, the filler's like not bad.
Because it just
I
takes
never-
a Sentai formula, and that's what makes it better.
Yeah, you're right. I never watched Stream, so I don't know how good that is, but you know.
Yeah, Monster of the Week, the usual like Sentai stuff, but like with an overall like more held together plot.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always a goal by the end of each episode. So even some of the filler matters. So it's
Like,
neat.
like stream the movie Program of Light and Dark and Beast Plus I never watched, so that'll be exciting for me to go through. It's just this early like post 9/11 schlock is killing me. It's actually killing me.
It's pretty rough, yeah.
It's fine. We get Tomahawk Man. He whips and comes.
Fun fact, by the way, the Dentech City Freeze episode, while I was looking at shit on the wiki just to keep myself on track, the air date for it was November 11th, and I nearly had a fucking heart attack because I didn't read November in time. I just saw the 11th.
Well, man, that would have been a great joke because like, this episode was my personal 9/11 in 2002.
No, I think the Cutman episode was my personal 9/11.
Shit, do we have any episodes that was aired near September 11th?
So, hang on, I'm looking.
Check that.
So there was the Idol episode that we did.
No, we didn't. Shut up, that didn't happen.
Came out September 9th.
God, I wish the planes hit Aki.
All right, I think this episode is over now. I think we're done.
Don't clip that. I love women.
Don't clip that.
Yeah, clip it.
Yuki loves women. They want them to shine.
She... No, that's Double. See, there's an image right here.
Oh shit, you're right. All right, what do you have to say before we end off? Medical Cadaver playing the part of Jin. Shine.
Yo, same dude. That's awesome. I love you.
Yeah, good job, Jin. We miss you, buddy. No. All right. Thank you for listening to the Program Events podcast. This was fun. So, once again, I was.
Sorry.
You good, dude?
It's a good song. You can't just play the first note and not get after it.
We're a mess. Okay, go subscribe to Yuki, who is obviously hosting us. Thank you, Yuki.
Don't title that Alto 2, you fucking asshole.
I just saw that clip pop up and I'm like, oh no, we're done.
Oh my God.
I already got compared to Carl. Don't put. I'm leaving before bit gets lashed onto me.
Go follow BioRoxas and Shorah and Yuki on all of their media, and also follow me. I'm 10 followers on Twitch away from affiliate, so you should totally follow me if you haven't already.
Totally should.
Go watch Millennium Microphone if you happen to like anime about card games.
And 9/11.
Hey, Bio, did you watch the Millennium Mic episodes for your next episode?
Nope. Because it's next week.
Man, it'd be a real shame if I raided Shibuya and like told the raid message would just be Bio didn't watch his episodes.
Yeah.
That'd be really bad, wouldn't that?
Do that.
All right. So from my end, quick little thing. I am now. I have the keys to the kingdom. So the people on YouTube, whenever we record Saturdays, 5 p.m. because that should be when I wake up, and this should be uploaded and unlisted.
Because Double can't be trusted to get editing done in time, so.
It's fine. I got good internet. And as for other stuff for me, probably still going to be streaming Spider-Man 2, and I'm also waiting for some battle chips to come in so I can get back to streaming this weird thing called Megaman Battle Network. What the fuck is that? That sounds cringe.
Spoderman?
Oh, for real?
Spoderman.
On God?
For real?
Just like that.
Yeah.
It's not about the money, Spider-Man.
It's not about the money, Spider-Man. But that's it.
Well, the Mets.
Me.
Let's go, Mets.
Let me go tab over to Shibuya and get that raid nice and ready. And for people raiding, the raid message is going to be Bio didn't watch his episodes.
Let's go. We love you, Bio. This is why we do this.
Have a good one, everybody.
Lovable. Yeah, we got a clown.
With the frizz?
No way!
Oh wait, was that
Oh,
Magic
sound-
School Bus? I thought it was a clown car.
I gotta
That was the
gotta
Magic
kill
School
you.
Bus.